A lot of the issues that we struggle with is the fact that some of the affordable housing that is being built is truly not affordable at a local neighborhood level. So we really need to have a partner in government, in the mayoralty, which I've endorsed Bill de Blasio because he has a very thorough, robust plan on how we make housing subsidies in the city also really address the needs of local neighborhoods. A lot of times we're stuck with these, the average median income, which is at the federal level, incorporates Connecticut and other areas, and then when you look at the neighborhood needs, there's a real disconnect. In my neighborhood, where the average income could be $20,000, $25,000 a year, you got to have housing built that is going to be affordable to those constituencies. So we have to be creative about the type of subsidy programs that we have, the kind of incentives that we create. The on-site inclusionary zoning is a must, that if a developer is going to be able to build more density, then the affordable housing that comes with that has to be on-site. It can't be segregated and thrown into another part of New York City. And on the educational level, clearly, again, and that's reason I've endorsed the candidacy of Bill de Blasio, is because you really do, in order to really create a more equitable system, you have to create a foundation on which everyone can just jump off of that. When we have a lot of children in this city that don't get early childhood education, that's a problem. And so we need every single child that is eligible and that has a need to be able to have access to early childhood education, pre-K and universal pre-K. And that's something that's critical as a way of trying to really break down that educational achievement gap that exists and that impacts primarily poor students and Latinos and African American students. These are really critical things that are necessary. We need someone who's going to prioritize that. That's what I've struggled with. That's what I've been an advocate for, and I really want a partner in government as mayor who's going to have the same vision and that we can help everyone move ahead. I've been really inspired by the level of mobilization the fast food workers have gained in this country. We're seeing mobilizations in city after city, and last week was a big rally on the 29th of August, which I joined. And so that's what we're talking about in this city of New York, and we saw in the nation. I think one of the last job reports demonstrated that the vast number of the jobs that were created were low-wage jobs with no benefits. That's not the way that we build an economy. That's not the way we're going to strengthen this nation, when it is a race to the bottom in terms of wages. It's about leveraging the power of this city. If those are our taxpayer dollars being reinvested, then why should it be about the corporations and the big developers being able to pocket the money and walk away and create low-wage jobs? No. How do we leverage those resources to ensure that we are getting the best investment for our dollars? And the best investment is when we provide solid wage jobs. They're going to put money in the pockets of families that they can then reinvest in our local neighborhood economies. We have a vast change happening in the city council as well. Out of 51 seats, about 23 are open seats at this moment, of people that have chosen not to run for re-election because they're running for another position. That's a big turnover. And so as a member of the Progressive Caucus, as its co-chair, which is at this moment 11 strong, and also a member of the Black, Latino, Asian Caucus, and seeing the change in this council that is really truly reflective of the diversity of New York City, we're working actively to ensure that in some of those open seats that we're bringing voices that are similar, talking about the inequity, talking about being able to legislate and put forward legislation and policy changes that are going to really have a true impact on the quality of life for the average New Yorker, which is the majority in the city. And so we're looking at actively being engaged and hoping to bring and grow the Progressive Caucus. There's a lot of potential. This is going to be a very aggressive and very involved city council, and I'm excited about the changes that are there and the level of engagement that we've been involved in, myself and other Progressive Caucus members, to bring those voices to the table in this next cycle.